Hello, I'm Aaron Keckley with Kinsmen Electric, and today I want to share with you a new construction timber frame home that we have going on right now, and also share with you a few examples of how Kinsmen Electric brings this home to life. So let's just go inside. Well, as you can see, this home is in its full construction phase. From the plumbers, HVAC technicians, the general contractors, and us as the electricians, we're all in what's called the rough-in phase. Or as I like to call it, the let's play nice while we trip all over each other phase. Because so many components and pieces are going together right now to turn this into a functional home. Now, when meeting with the homeowners, the one thing that really stood out to me was their love of family. And this speaks to purpose, our first example of Kinsmen Electric and how we serve our customers. We pay attention to the purpose of the build. Otherwise, it's just a box with lights and appliances. The purpose of this home for them wasn't that they would just spend their glory years in retirement all by themselves here, but have a multi-generational purpose for the home, specifically for the grandkids. And this bunk room is a perfect example of that. To my left here, we're going to have one bunk bed system and another one to our right with USB receptacles for each one to serve the kids as they charge their phones, devices, and tablets. And then as you see here, the space has a loft section that's only in this room alone, and we're going to have a ladder here for them to use this space for them to have a little nook to have bean bags or extra sleeping area. For the lighting of this space, to make sure that we have safety for them up there, we're going to have a switch at the bottom of the ladder and one at the top, and then a track lighting system up above so they don't bump their heads as they turn the lights on up there. And then for this room specifically, because of the bunk beds and the use of this and the purpose of this room, I didn't want to put a central light fixture hanging from the ceiling, because if they're grandkids or anything like my kids, they're going to want to jump on that and take it for a ride. So we're going to do another track lighting system as well in the peak of the roof to cast functional light into the room for all their purpose. So while we're on the topic of lighting in the bunk room, it dovetails nicely into the next example of how Kinsmen Electric serves our customers in our commitment to form versus function. Now, as you can see in this great room here, it's the essence of the home. And the cathedral ceiling is what you see as soon as you walk in. And the form versus function here is that we want to accent this ceiling. We want to showcase the craftsmanship with lighting. And so how we're going to do that is we're going to put additional track lighting systems here hidden within the beams in different portions of the roof to really cast light onto the tongue and groove ceiling when it's finished and really showcase the beams. But in doing that, we send all the light up into the ceiling and none down below. So the functionability of the lighting in this room space is that we're also going to be putting strategically spaced track lighting along the sides and send light down into the usable room. Because after it gets dark and the sun goes down over the horizon there, it'll get dark in this room and they'll need to be able to see. Well, the last thing I want to highlight today was the topic of security as our last example. Now up here in the Laurel Highlands next to all the ski resorts, the wind blows with all the inclement weather, and over winter time, that's good for the slopes, but not so good for keeping the power on in your house. So to address that security, we want to go ahead and get in front of that by putting in a Generac home generator system. Now, the customers weren't interested in powering up the entire home, but just the bare essentials to keep the heat on, the hot water running, and the necessary light so they can enjoy their home. So next to this panel here, one of our main 200 amp panels here, we're going to have an emergency panel to the left on this wall here, with all of those appliances and all of those utilities directly into that. So that when the power does go out, that panel will be fed directly from a Generac generator so that no matter what is happening outside or in other areas on the mountain, they're not going to go without power. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for joining me today on this walkthrough and allowing me to share with you Kinsmen Electric's commitment to purpose, form versus function, and security for our clients and customers in the Laurel Highlands area. Stay tuned. I'll be having more videos to share with you as this home progresses and begins to be put together completely and comes to life. And also, if you have any questions or need our assistance with any projects of your own, feel free to give us a call or email us in the description below. And be sure to follow us on social media or visit our website at kersomerset.com. Thanks, I'll see you next time.